Hi, my name is Kate Peterson, and I'm the Undergraduate Services Librarian at the University of Minnesota Libraries. In this video, I want to give you a couple of quick tips and tricks for how you find articles and sources about a topic that you're interested in doing research in. Let's start at the University of Minnesota Library homepage, lib.umn.edu. At the top, you'll see that we have a big search box that we call Library Search. When you do a search in Library Search, you're searching for our physical books and items in our libraries. You're searching over 1 million online books, and you're searching millions of journals, magazines, newspapers, and other sources. You're not searching the whole library. We don't have a tool that does that. I wish we did, but it's the closest thing we have to it. And it's a good search to start with when you're not exactly sure what you're looking for. You just kind of want to explore more about your topic. So let's say that I wanted to do something about pandemics. So I'm going to type my keyword in and then click go. So again, it's searching a whole lot of different stuff. You can see in the center here, it's coming up with books, articles, and a whole mix of sources. We're coming up with a lot of different topics around this, so I probably want to add an additional keyword and keywords. So with this search, I can put in pandemics, and then let's say that I'm interested in searching on pandemics and health disparities. With this search, I want to put this in quotes, health disparities. It helps to search any phrases or two words, whether it's a name, in quotes. And now you can see that I have a list of results, so it's more narrowed down. On the right-hand side, I can narrow down by specific types of sources like articles, book chapters, online books, for example, or I can limit by peer-reviewed sources. The reason this one was shaded yellow is because I had already saved it. So as long, you want to be sure you're logged in, and you can see my name in the upper right-hand corner. That's telling me that I'm logged in, and then you can click on this little star to either add things or remove things. So that can be a good strategy to help keep yourself organized. You can get to the full text of most of these sources. You can click on download PDF or click on online access. Another good feature of library search here is this little quotes, and that will automatically generate the citation for you in APA or MLA style. So you can copy that into a list of references or into your bibliography. Let's try the same search in a couple of our other subject-specific databases. So our subject-specific databases are smaller collections of journals, magazines, and newspapers. So in another tab here, I have done a search in a database called Scopus. So Scopus is a database that's very helpful for science and engineering, health sciences. It brings together a lot of those different disciplines into one specific search. And in this case now, I'm only going to find those journals, magazines, and newspapers, and mostly journals in engineering, in science, in medicine, and healthcare, things like that. It has some other subjects in there as well, a little bit of business. So here's my search. In this database, I have two different search boxes, and I can add more hitting this plus sign. So I'm going to search on pandemic, and then in this particular search, I'm going to also add the word epidemic. You always want to try to think about how other authors might be talking about the same concept or a related concept and put that into your search. And you can put that into your search using this magic word or. So I'm telling the database, bring back articles that have pandemic or epidemic, and then the word and here, health disparities. And again, in this particular database, I can also use quotes around my 2 or 3 word phrases or any phrases where you want the words next to each other. So it says that I found 880 documents. If I scroll down, you can see that it is going to be, whenever you scroll down in a database, the first thing you want to do is figure out why is that first article listed first. In this case, for this article, it is listed in date order. The most current is at the top. Sometimes that's a good order, and that's the way you want to see them. In other cases, though, you might want to look by something like relevance. So you can change that in a specific database. In this database, once you find an article that looks interesting, you can see that we don't see many of those links to PDF or online access. Instead, what you want to do is go ahead and click on this Find It button. Find It searches through all of our other subscriptions and all of our other databases and connects you to the full text if we have it. Let me show you another example here. This is that same idea of a search, but in one of our other databases. So this is a database called Sociological Abstracts. So now I'm going to be searching sociology journals, magazines, and newspapers. You can see it looks a little different, but the basic idea of searching should be similar. I'm going to search in my search box here in the advanced search for pandemic or epidemic. And in this case, I'm just going to go for disparities, because maybe I want to think about economic disparities or health disparities or other ways that researchers might be talking about this particular topic. And I'm going to go ahead and click search. Okay. So we came up with about 2,000 different results. Right now, as you start to scroll through, again, you want to try to figure out why is this first article listed first. In this case, it's 2016. So that's a clue to me that it's probably in a relevance order. And I can see over here, it is indeed relevance. One thing that can be helpful if you're coming up with too many results like this, when you're sort of still exploring a topic, or if you only need a couple of results or a few articles, I'm going to click on modify search, and then I'm going to go back to my search screen. And I always start my search with anywhere, but in this case now I'm going to change it to something like the title. So now I'm telling the database only bring back articles that have epidemic or pandemic in the title of the article or the source. So it can be a good way to narrow down your results. Now I have 60, but you want to use it with caution. There might have been some really good articles in that last screen, and now I'm not going to pull them up. So it's a different thing to kind of play around as you're doing searching. In this database, then you can see on the left-hand side, you can navigate by different types of sources. And then this database has a mix of those links to the full text, and it also has a link to the Find It button. These other links in our databases can be very helpful too. 41 references, that is this article's bibliography. So you can go ahead and click on that and see if there's other articles that are helpful. This cited by 40 is finding articles that use this 2007 article in their bibliographies. So it's a way to see what other researchers have been doing since this article is published in 2007. So that's a really good strategy as well. The last thing I want to mention is this video is anytime you're doing searching of any kind, I recommend most students spend about 5 or 10 minutes. And if you're not seeing anything interesting, you're feeling frustrated, you feel like you're wasting your time, stop and get help. You can click on our online consultations button here and make a consultation. We have 30-minute consultations with our peer research consultants. Those are fellow students who have been through lots of training, and they can help you to figure out keywords, which are the best databases, getting to the full text, getting those citations. You can also make a consultation with one of our librarians. We have a librarian for every department around campus, so you could make an appointment with one of our health science librarians or our engineering librarians or our sociology librarian. You get the idea. If I scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, we have this really great box that you just throw your question in an email. We will read it and get back to you. Usually it'll take us about a day to do that. And in the upper right-hand corner, you can also see we have our great chat with a librarian 24/7 service. That works really well. If you can't get to a PDF, you can copy and paste the citation or the title of the article into that chat box, and we can help figure out what's going on. Or with any other questions, it is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Thank you very much.